Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Monday, July 14th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Key currency pairs showed mixed movements today. The greenback strengthened against all major currencies. Notable was a strong positive trend against the yen, while maintaining 5 consecutive days of gains versus the euro. Looking at returns, the US dollar has shown the strongest month-to-date performance against the yen, up 2.58%. Year-to-date, however, the dollar has declined notably against all major pairs, with the steepest fall of 11.27% against the euro. Among other currency pairs, the US dollar has shown modest gains, marking 3 consecutive days of increases against the Canadian dollar, Singapore dollar, and Kiwi. The Singapore dollar pair has remained notably flat for 3 days. On returns analysis, month-to-date figures show the greenback performing strongest against the New Zealand dollar, up 1.94%. Year-to-date, however, the dollar has weakened against most pairs, with only the rupee showing a marginal gain.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Thailand led the gains, rising 2.1% to 53.1. China showed strength with an upward breakout after 3 flat days. Singapore and South Korea both reached new all-time highs with very strong positive trends. Looking at returns, Thailand leads month-to-date with a 5% gain, while South Korea shows impressive year-to-date returns of 43.8%. Singapore and China have also posted solid gains of 21.2% and 18.5% respectively this year. Among declining markets, Israel fell the most, dropping 1.7% to 93.75, marking its 3rd consecutive down day. Indonesia declined 1.3% while showing sideways movement. Chile, Taiwan, and Mexico all recorded their 2nd straight day of losses. Despite today's declines, several markets maintain strong year-to-date performance. Mexico is up 27.4%, while Israel has gained 21.7%. Indonesia shows the weakest performance, down 4.6% for the year.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures closed at 3,351.70, down 12.30, showing a strong rising trend. Silver futures and copper futures both fell 1.3%, displaying very strong positive trends. Palladium futures declined 3.6% with strong upward volatility. Year-to-date returns show substantial gains in metals, with copper futures leading at 37.3%, followed by palladium futures at 35.9% and silver futures at 31.4%. Aluminum futures is the only metal showing a slight year-to-date decline. In energy markets, Brent crude oil ended at 69.13, down 1.38, while crude oil fell 2.4%. Natural gas broke upward from a 5-day consolidation, gaining 4%. Heating oil dropped 2% after breaking down from 3 days of sideways movement. Month-to-date returns in energy show modest gains, with Brent crude up 3.6% and crude oil gaining 2.8%. Natural gas remains slightly negative, while gasoline and heating oil both show gains above 2%. In livestock, lean hogs futures plunged 23.5% to 81.55, breaking downward after 4 flat days. Class 2I milk futures rose 4.6% to 18.59. Live cattle and feeder cattle maintain very strong positive trends despite today's declines. Year-to-date performance shows feeder cattle leading with a 21.5% gain, followed by live cattle at 14.4%. Class 2I milk has declined 8.5%, while lean hogs remain relatively flat for the year. In grains, corn futures gained 1.5% to 418.50. Wheat futures fell for a third consecutive day amid a very strong negative trend. Soybean futures remained flat at 1,007.25, while rough rice declined for a fourth straight session. Year-to-date, oat futures lead grains with a 9.7% gain. Corn and rough rice show notable declines of 8.7% and 10% respectively. Wheat is down 6.5%, while soybeans remain nearly flat. In soft commodities, coffee futures and orange juice showed significant gains, rising 5.4% and 8.6% respectively. Orange juice displayed strong upward volatility with 3 consecutive positive closes. Cotton futures broke upward after 4 flat days, while sugar remained relatively flat. Monthly returns highlight orange juice's remarkable performance, up nearly 40% for the month. However, year-to-date returns show widespread declines, with cocoa down 29% and orange juice declining 36%. Coffee leads week-to-date returns at 5.4%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day, just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports, written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, cryptocurrency and commodities. Thanks for watching.